Hey guys. So recently I did a video on manifestation and the law of attraction. Today we are going to talk about mindfulness because in order to be able to attract the things that you want in your life, first you have to learn how to practice mindfulness. If you are already practicing mindfulness, kudos to you. For those of you that don't or that don't even know what mindfulness is, this video is for you. Mindfulness is the ability to be present in the here and the now. It's a tool that you use to train your brain to be aware of what you're thinking, what you're feeling. Let me grab my notes so I won't get sidetracked. Okay, so mindfulness is a skill that you can be taught. Some people learn it very early, and then you have others like me that learned it later on in adulthood through some kind of trying situations that I was going through. And I had to be taught how to practice mindfulness and how to stop worrying about what's coming, stop worrying about tomorrow, and just be present in the here and the now. So, quick little story time. I started practicing mindfulness, or I should say, I was taught how to practice mindfulness about 18 years ago. I was in my 20s and probably my mid 20s, and my daughter was really sick. For those of you that don't know, she had childhood cancer. So at this time in my life, I was completely overwhelmed. Like I said, I was in my 20s. My daughter was sick and dying. My husband, well, my then husband, was cheating on me. We had two other children that were 4 and 1 at the time. And we were in foreclosure. Our house was in foreclosure. So just imagine that. You're dealing with a child that's sick and dying. You have two other small children. Your spouse is cheating. You're losing your home. That's enough to drive anyone mad. During this time, when my daughter was sick, she was struggling with the cancer diagnosis, and so was I. I decided that she should start seeing a counselor. During her counseling sessions, they would take me into a separate room, and they would just try to see where my mental was at and how was I feeling and how was I coping. And truthfully, at that time, I wasn't coping very well. I actually was losing my mind. I was on the verge of a nervous breakdown. They decided that, instead of just working with her, they would work with me. The counselors taught me how to practice mindfulness, how to steady my breathing, how to, relax and be present in the moment. So I had to be taught the skill of practicing mindfulness. The goal of practicing mindfulness is just to kind of wake up your brain, and to help you to not overreact or overthink a lot of situations. It's to help you improve your mental and your emotional state. Mindfulness has its benefits. The benefits to practicing mindfulness is it helps you to see things more clearly, in a more positive light. When you're able to pause and reflect and be present in the moment, you can consciously change how you're going to react to any given situation. That definitely came in handy with the cheating husband. I practice mindfulness is one way is with breathing. If I'm rushing and I have a lot of things on my mind, and those negative feelings start to creep in, or let's say I have a lot on my plate. I have 7 children. I'm running my own business, managing a household, seeing private duty clients. So I hope that you take this information and do something useful with it. Giving you this free information that I'm giving you came from a place of heartbreak, hurt, and tragedy in my life. So I hope that, my goal or my hope and my prayer is that you take this information and do something useful with it. If the information that I share could just help one person, I feel like it all would have been worth it. So back to speaking on mindfulness, how I practice mindfulness, and these are just my favorites. There's many ways to do it. You can go online, you can do more research, but my personal favorites are just taking a second to pause, to acknowledge my feelings, to do some deep breathing exercises, to breathe in through my nose and out through my mouth slowly. I like meditating, but because my life is so hectic, I don't get to meditate as often as I would like. So when I don't get to meditate, another thing I like to do is stand, and I breathe in slowly. And as I'm breathing in, all of the negative things, all of the hurtful things, all of the things that's made me angry, all of the things that the kids have done, whatever it is, I think about those. I acknowledge the feelings that I am having in that moment. And then as I exhale, I imagine that the color red, like this red paint running, and red is just the color that I chose because a lot of times red is associated with anger. So I picture red paint flowing from underneath my feet. And I take a moment and I can feel, I like to do it barefoot because I like to feel the earth underneath my feet. So I breathe in, and I'm thinking about all the negative and all the hurtful things and all the things that I can't control, and, just whatever it is. And I bring it in, and then I release it, especially when I can't stop to meditate. Another thing I like to do is to find a quiet place. And I don't know about you, but I live in the city of Detroit, and it is never quiet. I've tried to make this video 20 times, and each time there's loud cars driving down the street. There's the crazy person that's off their meds that's walking up and down the street yelling. There's kids, there's dogs barking. The noises are endless. You don't realize just how loud it is until you need a moment where it's quiet. In those moments, I may put on some headphones, and I'll put on some very, piano music or meditation music, and I'll just kind of just calm myself. It's really easy. It's really simple. It takes practice. I have been practicing this for the last 18 years, and I promise you, it has really kept me from losing my mind. When I tell you my life could be a Lifetime movie, my life could have been a Lifetime movie. I wish that I could share my entire story with you, and maybe at some point I will be able to. It's definitely worthy of a book, maybe even a movie. But I'm telling you, mindfulness works. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I try to keep it as brief as possible. Yeah, so with that being said, thank you for watching.